Peanut the squirrel.
Oh,
so I
can't
heard about this from TMZ, and then the viral interview of the husband and wife crying about how New York State barged into their home like with a SWAT team, like, where's the squirrel?
This all seems so weird.
Kick the door down. Where is he? We know you're hiding a squirrel in here somewhere.
And they take it and kill it.
And by the way, they're devastated and they're crying about it. And they took this squirrel who's been part of the family for 7 years. It was a rescue squirrel. They rescue animals. They took this squirrel and they took their raccoon, Freddie the raccoon, and their famous online animals that they loved and were part of the family and changed their lives, and they euthanized them and killed their animals.
Commented about Peanut the squirrel,
and I was like, "Wow!"
William Shatner commented about Peanut the squirrel.
I was like, "Is this like? Should I laugh at this, or is this the worst story I ever heard?" I really didn't know.
I didn't know how to feel either.
And then, you do a little research and you talk to your friends about it. Everybody knows Peanut the squirrel, apparently, except for you. I mean, except for me. I didn't know who he was, but then I realized, and I feel through talking to Spot and other people, like people really were invested in this squirrel, and they all knew the relationship the squirrel had with the family. Also, so I get it. It's sweet.
The more digging you do, the more sad you got. You're like, oh, what a bummer.
So hold on. So then
Also,
why did they come in? Why did the state come in and euthanize this squirrel and take it from the family? Apparently there was complaints. They don't know from who, but that it could have had rabies. It bit one of the people trying to confiscate the squirrel, so then they had to put it down.
Bullshit.
So they killed this squirrel, but now today there's another reason as to maybe why it happened.
Look at this squirrel.
It really is sad when you see all this and how
how
beloved the squirrel was. Yeah.
His owner has a great ass and a thick cock.
That's why Spot follows them.
But
so it was a rescue squirrel.
Look at this. He does tricks. He loves his owner.
Right.
He does little it's like he really is like occasionally
like a house pet. Yeah.
Yeah. Occasionally these videos would pop up on my feed and I'd be like, oh my God, that's so cool. It's a squirrel.
And millions of people know them. Millions, no exaggeration. Yeah. And they love this relationship. Brings joy. It was 7 years. They had it 7 years. I don't know how old it was, but house squirrels, domesticated squirrels, could live up to 20 years. Oh. And they killed this dude's family pet, essentially.
They had like a little
and it's
sanctuary.
Raccoon. Yeah.
Why was there a raid to begin with? Someone complained,
because someone complained about. And by the way, this has the world like devastated.
Emotional,
yeah, devastated. Like, how'd they do that? Because look how cute these things are.
Oh, look at the raccoon.
And the raccoon was killed.
That's Fred.
Yeah, but Fred wasn't as famous as
Fred
as
wasn't
Peanut.
as famous. Peanut, because Peanut did tricks.
Yeah, Peanut. Yo, and
like
when you see these videos, you're like, man, Peanut was a special little squirrel. This is sad.
What a bummer.
Right? This is a bummer. In the wild, squirrels live up to about 12 years, but domesticated like this, probably around 20. So it had a lot of life left, and it seemed wrong. And when these people were interviewed, they could barely get a sentence out. They're devastated about this, right? But here's the story, guys.
Crying.
There seemed to be an excessive amount of force, an overly excessive amount of force and power and fundage
just to get a squirrel.
Funding just to get a squirrel? Like, that's what's stupid about it.
Peanut was the best thing that ever happened to us.
I'm so torn on how I'm supposed to feel right now.
Remember, at first,
It's
I'm like, is this real? Now I think this is terrible.
And this squirrel do to anybody?
Nothing.
Maybe they pissed off their neighbors. But the story today, right? Here's the update. Not saying this is warranted, but it's less about they could be harboring rabies and things like that, and they shouldn't have these animals in their home. Apparently, those two do porn. I didn't know this at all. I didn't know who they were.
I would watch it.
But they're OnlyFans. They have OnlyFans. And I think that people in the community were not vibing with that. And that's why they kept complaining. And that's why even the state, like the locals, whoever got this done, were more adamant about it because they weren't taking kindly to OnlyFans.
Is Peanut involved?
I don't know how hardcore their porn is, but they say porn.
Maybe they called in. It was a misunderstanding. Like, they said his penis is ruining the community, and they said Peanut. We'll get him.
We'll get him.
It always unravels.